You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. So we are next going to be talking to Jeremy and Janys. We're going to be talking to them all about this year's Promenade 2014. Firstly, thank you very much for talking to us.
Nice to be here.
So firstly, when is Promenade 2014?
Yeah, Promenade's going to be a bit longer than usual. We're starting on Wednesday the 17th of September and we're finishing on Sunday the 21st of September.
So why is this year's festival going to be a bit longer than usual?
Well, we get feedback every year. We collect up the feedback and people are saying they can't get to all the events because some are on at the same time. So we thought we'll start earlier. That way people can get to more events.
What is Promenade 2014 all about then?
This year is the centenary of the beginning of the First World War, the Great War, so we're commemorating Sheppey's involvement in the First World War. Sheppey's unique in its involvement as we had a naval base, one of the first air bases and army barracks here on the island.
Sheppey was also involved in the home front. Sadly, it was one of the few places that suffered aerial bombing from Zeppelin raids, and the casualties are commemorated on the Janys War Memorial. Also, we had the explosions on the Princess Irene and the Bulwark, and the civilians, the dockyard workers who died during those incidents are also commemorated. So we're looking at the home front as well as sort of involvement during the war, and that's why we've got the name this year, War and Peas. It's a little pun on the sort of home front. But again, it's always just a loose theme. So if anybody out there is thinking about putting on an event, then please don't think it has to be World War One. It can be anything. We're always happy to have people join in.
We are at the moment talking to Jeremy and Janys, and we're talking to them all about this year's Promenade Festival. So we are joined with Jeremy and Janys, and we're talking to them all about this year's Promenade Festival. I was hoping you can tell us next what will be happening this year.
Yes, we've got all sorts of events going on. Bluetown Heritage Centre have started early and already got a World War One exhibition on at the minute. They're involved in a project called Barbed Wire Island. They're also involved in a film project which they're hoping to show as part of the weekend, and more details are available from the centre.
At the Sheppey Little Theatre, we've booked a professional show called My Friend the Enemy, which is about Christmas 1914, when a truce was held and football was played. On the Sunday, Jeremy and Martin Hawkins will be giving a talk. Jeremy's half the talk will be about the ships built at Janys Dockyards and their role during the war, and Martin will be showing photos and doing his thing where he talks to the photos of Sheppey during World War One. So I mean, we know from the talks we've had recently at the theatre, they're always very, very popular, Martin's talks.
Big Fish Arts are involved in a project called Florrie's War that looks at the home front. And on the Saturday, they're going to be organising a PALS recruitment parade in the town centre. And in the evening at Barton's Point, there's going to be a free World War One themed concert from the UK Paper Silver Band and vignettes about the First World War from the Big Fish. They're also organising a twilight graveyard walk on Sunday to visit the war graves at Halfway Cemetery, and they're also going to be doing quite a lot of work in schools as well, going around all the schools in the island, telling them about the First World War and getting them to participate in things. Oh, and sorry, and also there's going to be readings in a country church at Hearty on Thursday the 18th of September in the afternoon, and also there's going to be a history talk about the church, and then in the evening there's going to be a concert at Sheerness East Workingmen's Club with Singshaw.
And they're going to be singing songs from the First World War. We're hoping to get some funding for a fantastic arts project that Laurie Harpen is leading. It involves cut-out soldiers that will bear the names of the fallen from Sheppey, whose names aren't recorded elsewhere on the Sheerness Memorial or the Queenborough Memorial or at East Church. and we're hoping for a launch of this at Elmley, and then soldiers will be stationed around the island, and people will be asked to be guardians for the soldiers, and then they'll be gathered together for the POWs parade. We are hoping to get a horse and cart for that. So if anyone listening has got a horse and cart and would be willing to participate in the parade, then please get in contact with us. We also hope to have an event with the Dockyard Church. I mean, that's up in the air at the moment, early planning stages, but we're hoping to hear more about that. And Nicolette is going to be putting on a magic lantern event. Julie Bradshaw will be reproducing her poppy art installation, hopefully at Mince Rabbin. I believe that you're hoping to join in that with your anchors.
Yep.
And Jo Eden is planning an artist open house in Walden Bay, and again she's looking for other artists to do open house as well. So again, if anyone's listening wants to participate in that, then do let us know. On Sunday morning, we're going to be organising a pop-up art exhibition on the Lees. Now, any artists who've got transportable work, obviously not the sort of work you do, Daniel, but sort of paintings or small sculptures, want to bring them to the Lees. We've got permission to run a pop-up exhibition in the morning. People will be there with their work, and the artists can interact with the public. It's always very busy on the Lees, so that'd be, instead of having an exhibition and hoping people come, we're taking the art to the people. So if people are interested, if the weather's not fine, we'll do that the following week, or find another day. We've also got some events which are being planned, but we've yet to hear from them. I mean, like the Gatehouse always organises something, but we've yet to finalise with them.
So how can people find out more about the event?
They can visit our website, which is www.sheppeypromenade.org. There's also going to be a Facebook page this year, and we'll be putting information in the local paper on the local radio stations. And we're also going to be giving out the postcards and leaflets again.
We are at the moment talking to Jeremy and Janys, and we're talking all about this year's Promenade Festival. So we are at the moment talking to Jeremy and Janys. We're talking to them all about this year's Promenade Festival right here at the Monday Night Community Show. This year's Promenade's fourth year, so is it getting any easier to organise the festival?
Not really. We still need local groups and artists to make it happen. Each year throws up its own challenges, both organisationally and on the money side. We're entirely reliant on the bid process for various funding bodies. In Faversham, the Hop Festival is funded partially by Sheppey and Neem, but we have no funding from business, and we'd really like to have some kind of sustainability. So if there are any businesses out there that like to sponsor Promenade or part of Promenade or one of the events or anything like that, then do get in touch with us, and obviously we'll be able to publicise that you're the sponsor, put your name on all the advertising that we do, and so hopefully that would be something that would be attractive to businesses to do.
So how can people get involved?
People can come along to one of the workshops that are being organised by the Big Fish. They're going to be making poppy lanterns, including one on the Promenade Saturday, which is the 20th of September at Barton's Point. That's in the afternoon. There's also going to be various costume workshops, so anyone who wants to join the parade on that Saturday, come along and make their own costumes. Laurie's Unknown Soldiers need volunteers to help to distribute the soldiers and other aspects. So yes, there's all sorts of things that can be done to be involved, and if you want to organise an event, contact us.
Well, that was what I was next going to ask. How can people contact you?
People can email us. Our email address is thornton@sminky, which is spelt SMINKY .fs, that's S for sugar, net.co.uk. I'll say that again. Thornton, like the chocolate shops, at Sminky, SMINKY .fsnet, that's F for Freddy, S for sugar, net.co.uk, or you can ring us on 01795 873491. If we're not there, leave a message, we'll ring you back. or you can ring Chris Reed on 0777 5712 306. I'll give you those phone numbers again. You can ring Jeremy or I on 01795 873491, or Chris Reed on 0777 5712 306.
Well, Jeremy and Janys, as always, it's good to see you here at BRFM, and thank you very much for coming along and telling our listeners all about this year's Promenade Festival.
Thank you, Daniel.